What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me today. Welcome back to Spare Time Videos. My name is Brett. We're going to be working on this JK behind me. If this is your first time in, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up. Hopefully you'll subscribe and like some of my other videos. Today we're going to be working on the DRL running lights with the LED ring. This is the Sun Pi. This is not the RGB kit. Really don't care for the RGB. We did do the lights on this Jeep. Anyways, so let's get into what comes in the packaging. Alright guys, so as far as the packaging goes, it's pretty standard. These are the ones we are going to be getting, or we should have got, which we already know they are. So let's open this up. These are going to be the directions. Very simple, standard stuff. They come obviously in their little slots. I've already taken the cover off this one. But just a quick look, we'll just take a look at one of these before we get started so I can better explain and help you guys understand. So this is the anti-flicker kit that these come with. The anti-flicker kit prevents any type of pulsating you're going to get while you're driving. It's not really going to be that noticeable, but to most people it can be noticeable, and it kind of messes with your eyes. And it'll have a little bit of a maybe like a little bit of a wave to it. I do have a little bit of that in my other Jeep. I do not have a LED kit. If you purchase these are all pretty much the same setup that we're gonna do. They do have these that you can purchase. Truck lights have them. There's several other anti-flicker kits that will work and match up with these lights. Let's talk about some of these wires that we have here. The wires that we have are going to be your blinker and your power. There's several different ways that we can do this. So the first way is going to be you can take a wire and run it all the way back to your main breaker. I'm pointing at the Jeep like y'all can see up here. To your fuse box, to your fuse panel. Or you can tap into your front turn signals, and that's going to be the easiest thing to do, and that's probably what we're going to be doing today. So these are going to be the main essential items that you will need. All this was purchased at Walmart. You have a splice and quick connector kit, 3M. This is a assorted connections kit. We use the male and female adapters, all 4 of them for this one project. Large zip ties. I did use 2 large zip ties. Several of the smaller zip ties. The heat shrink tubing. This is 16 gauge. I think this is 18 gauge. We have our electrical tape. You'll need a T15 Torx, side cutters or dikes, something for crimping, and wire strippers. So this is what you can literally go to Walmart and buy and do half or over half of all the projects electrically that you will need consistently for your Jeep. Alright guys, so I'm really not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm just going to let the camera roll. I'm going to show you guys how to take your grill off. There's 2 little ends. You pull them up, pull them out, boom, done. Jeeps, if you don't know, you can actually take your hood and you can lay it back on your window. Greatest thing ever. So, anyway, yeah, we're going to get to it, and then once we get this off, we'll look at these lights and look at the straps. Now that we've got all these little pins out, what you're going to do is you're going to take your grill, okay? You're going to pull forward. Not hard. the bottom, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 5. Now your lights. Your lights are down here. These are your blinker lights, okay? Turn them, pop right out. Simple as that. Turn this one, boom, pops right out. I mean, that literally took me, I don't know, a minute and 40 seconds. I'm sitting there looking at the timer on the camera. So, we're going to set this off to the side. And then we'll go in to the lights, have a look. So, this is the ring I'm talking about. So, this ring holds these bulbs in here. And after we get these out, you know, the bulb, the headlight will fall out. Same with this one. This is the blinker, your front. And this is where we are going to be attaching our little clamps we're talking about. So that way there's no mess, there's no jumble wires running crazy all up here. And I don't know, one guy I saw a video, he literally comes all the way across and he strapped it up and around and had it damn duct tape and I don't know what. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get this off, get it cleaned up, and then we'll see what we got. I am using a T15 hex head. I'm going to loosen them all up. These are screws that you're not going to want to lose because you're not going to find these screws in any stores at all. So I'm going to go and get them all loose. I'll pull them out by hand. Put a little screw right there. Little ring comes off. Holy crap, that's tight there. I don't remember not having that much slack. So, I was wanting to show you guys, we got the headlight out. It was absolutely a pain. So, all we're going to do is we're going to plug this in right here. Slid right in. All we're going to do is lock it. Now, these are already, your headlights are ready. That's it. That's all you do for your headlights. If you just want headlights, you're done at this point. Before we go to the next step, I'm going to show you guys. I really don't trust anything aftermarket, so I did this on the last Jeep, or my other Jeep. I'm going to do it on this one. I'm going to run a zip tie around this and zip tie this clip in so it can't slide out. I thought I had this clip down, but it's not going to want to seat all the way. So, you know, vibrations and stuff, I don't want this coming out and causing a loose connection. This is what it should look like. It's in there nice and tight. Get this snipped off. There you go. Now we got these nice and taped up. I went around about 3 times. We'll be fine. We're ready to put our wire ends on and get them going where they need to go. Alright, so you're going to want to get a pair of wire strippers. You're going to want to choke up on it just a little bit. And strip it back. Same thing. Okay. Alright, so we just slid those past the aluminum tip, which is fine. We want to keep those. Or you can snip them off and then, you know, cut off more wire, which is fine too. Alright. So we're almost ready to get our male connectors and put them in here, and then slide our heat sink wrap and then so, but first off, we're gonna see how long of a wire we're gonna need to run it up and over and get it to our blinker. Okay, so far I have pulled all the tape off. There's like a little bundle of tape, and I snipped off about 2 inches worth of the black corrugated flex pipe. And what we're gonna do is, it's actually split all the way up in there, and I am going to run my wires, you know, through and then back down, and then we'll zip tie them. So they'll be nice and neat out of the way. And then if you ever want to upgrade this light with this plug, you can. You're not going to be disrupting anything, and you're not going to be cutting any of these wires. We're just going to be doing a wire clamp onto them, and I'll show you how to do that next. So your far right wire, the opposite end of the black wire, this one is going to be your blinker. The middle wire is going to be your constant power. So this is going to be your DRL running lights. So blinker, DRL running lights. I've got my crushed end, my male adapter on my red wire. I've run the wire up and out through the lens. So right now it's as long as we want it. It's coming straight out of the box. It's 16 gauge wire. We're going to go ahead and plug this in, and before we do the heat sink, we'll check our connections. Alright, so we have them heat synced. They're nice and connected and sealed. They're not going anywhere. So I'm going to take these wires, the two that we added, and I'm going to run it the same length and zip tie them with everything else. That way, everything's nice and neat. They're the same length, and we'll just let these wires, the additional ones, dangle down, and we'll cut them off as needed. This is some definite detail wiring. So we've got our little mini zip ties all the way up. Got it zip tied up at the top. And I've got 2 zip ties under here. So our wires are coming back down to this blinker area. So now it's going to come into play where we're going to have our little clamps. So see the butt inside? So let's turn it around. When you look in here, that is the right side is going to be the side where you put the end of your wire. The left side is where you're going to lip this onto your blinker or your your power. And then what you're going to do, you're going to fold this over. It's going to push down, and you're going to click it. And what that does is it's going to clamp the wires together without even cutting them in half. You're going to slide it up. The black wire's butted in there. The red striped wire is your blinker wire. So the black wire goes up around and goes to the blinker. So what we're going to do is we are now going to crush this down on here, and we are going to be connecting that circuit. I've shortened the red wire so that we don't interfere with this one, and I have a zip tie put on here to reinforce that this is going to stay clamped down. So it was having some issues wanting to stay clamped down, but this will just help it. But yeah, we have a great connection on there, and we are going to go ahead and do this red one, and then getting all this buttoned up. So these are our only wire connections that you should have or see. In the future, if you ever want to get rid of these, you can unclip them and you can literally just put tape right over the wire and it'll be completely fine. So yeah, so you can get rid of these lights, unclip it, and rewire it a different way. But this right here is your easiest, cleanest way to wire up. Alright guys, so at this time, we've got all of our wires hooked up, everything's zip tied down, and this is the time where you guys really want to test it and make sure things are going to work before you go any further and close everything up. So if you've got a bad bulb, a bad light, a wire's not clamped down properly, or you've not done something right, this is where you want to find out. You don't want to put everything together and then find out down the road 30 minutes after you've done the second one and another 30 minutes after you got it all together that things have gone awry. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and test it, and we're going to make sure things work properly. That is so bright. I have to get it so close so it'll even focus. These things are badass. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the blinker. Okay, we're going to get these put in. We'll check them out. We're going to do the other one, but I'm not going to show you guys the other one. We're just going to be like, boom, and done. So we're going to put this in, show how we're going to get all these wires in there right, and then we'll go ahead and do the next one, and we'll just check everything out. This light is actually going to sit out just a hair. It's not going to sit flush, but this ring is going to hold it down. So people saying, oh, they don't fit, they don't work, blah, 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 blah. It's BS. You don't cut. There's nothing. It just sits in there. It's going to stick off just a hair. Put the ring on there. It's going to hold it down. These things look tight. They're really, really bright. And no wires cut. Just added some wires. No power issues. So good so far. If you have the RGB ones, the only difference is you will be running a wire back up, and it's going to plug in to a module, and it's going to have two wires off of it for your power and ground. And you'll just wire those two wires up just like we did the other lights, the rock lights, and they'll run off of the app and be just fine. So these are the new lights. They are a lot brighter. I don't think they're brighter than my other Jeep's lights though. So I was actually going to test this and see if I got bright lighted any at all. And I have yet to get bright lighted. I just passed the car before I pulled the camera back up. So, yeah, these lights are actually way brighter than the factory. And believe it or not, the lights I had before were not factory. They actually had a new Daystar halogen, whatever light bulbs in them that you can pick up at Walmart. So they weren't factory. They were better than factory, but they were still a lot dull. A lot more dull than what these are now. Let's see if this car flashes me. No, they didn't. So, but anyways, we are going to get gas because we are on E. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please check out some other videos. Like, comment, subscribe. Got a lot more content to come. Thank you guys so much. Take care. Have a great day.